Hello, myself Kruthika BS. Going on with the topic the biological world. Wow, how wonderful is the living world! The wide range of living types, be it cold mountains, deciduous forests, oceans, freshwater lakes, deserts, or hot springs, are amazing and leave us speechless. Now, the next question arises is that what is living? Is breathing only the characteristic of living? Definitely no. When we try to define living, we look for distinctive characteristics, that is, growth, reproduction, metabolism, consciousness, self replication, self organization, etc. When we come to growth, all living organisms grow. Increase in mass and increase in number of individuals are twin characteristics of growth, but this cannot be taken as the defining property because a non-living organisms also grow by accumulation of material on the surface. Example, mountains, sand mounds, heap of books, etc. When we come to the reproduction, oh, it is the biological process in which a living organism give birth to the young ones, but this is also cannot be taken as the defining property because every living organism cannot be able to give birth to their children. Example, infertile human couple. Other than this, remaining all, that is metabolism, self-replication, consciousness, can be taken as the characteristic of living organisms. Till now, we saw about the living organisms and its characters. Now, the very important thing is to categorize them. Classification is not a single step process but involves hierarchy of steps in which each step represents a rank or category. Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called the taxonomic category, and all categories together constitute the taxonomic hierarchy. The basic point of this hierarchy is the species that consider a group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities to the kingdom, which is the largest taxon that includes variety of similar species. As we studied the taxonomic hierarchy, which includes all living organisms, it is our duty to protect them too and to know about their life science very easily. So now we have the taxonomical aids by which we know about all organisms. It includes herbarium, botanical gardens, museums, zoological parks, key, etc. Next, let us see the biological. Here we can see that herbarium, botanical garden, museum, zoological park, and etc. Now, when we come to the biological classification, Aristotle was the first person who attempted to classify the organisms. He classified the organisms in classified the plants into three groups, that is trees, shrubs and herbs, whereas for animals he has divided into two groups, that is red blood and those that did not have red blood. Later on, the Linnaeus classified the system into two kingdoms, that is Plantae and Animalia. But later on, in 1969, R.H. Whitaker proposed a five kingdom classification, that is Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. Now let us come to kingdom Monera. In Monera, bacteria are the sole members of the kingdom Monera. They are the most abundant microorganisms. Bacteria can be available in most of the shapes that are coccus, the spherical shape, bacillus, the rod shape, Vibrium, that is comma shaped, and Spirilla, that is spiral in shape. Mm. And Monera can be classified into two groups, that is Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Archaebacteria are the single-celled prokaryotic differ from other bacteria in having cell wall structure, and this feature is responsible for the survival in extreme conditions. Eubacteria are the true bacteria. They are characterized by the presence of a rigid cell wall. Now let us come to the kingdom Protista. It includes, that is, it divided into 5 groups, that is cryophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, protozoans. Next, let us come to kingdom fungi. Kingdom fungi includes some of the most important organisms both in terms of their ecological and economic roles. By breaking down dead organic material, they continue the cycle of nutrients through ecosystems. In addition, most vascular plants could not grow without the symbiotic fungi or mycorrhizae that inhabit their roots and supply essential nutrients. Kingdom fungi is also classified into 4 groups, that are Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Deuteromycetes. Now let us come to the kingdom Plantae. These are the wide kingdom. It includes algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. Now let us come to the kingdom Animalia. The 5th kingdom, it includes Porifera, Nidaria, Platyhelminthes, Mollusca, Annelida, Nematoda, Arthropoda, Echinodermata, Chordata, and Moron. So this is how the biological world are in the